Stop scrolling right now. This message didn't find you by accident. Heaven has marked you for a supernatural wealth transfer in 2026. Your name was spoken in the courts of heaven today. God said, "That one, the one who has been faithful when no one was watching, I'm releasing their abundance now." I felt a divine urgency to deliver this message specifically to you. If you can feel your heart beating faster right now, if something inside you is stirring, don't ignore it. Subscribe immediately. The enemy knows what God is about to release in your life and will try to make you forget this prophetic word once you close this video. Secure your blessing by joining our family of chosen ones. This confirmation you've been praying for is happening right now. This wealth affirmation is not for everyone. It's only for those who have been secretly prepared through rejection, tested through isolation, and refined through fire. While others took shortcuts, you chose the narrow path. While others compromised, you stood firm. God sees you. You've been asking, "God, have you forgotten me? Do you see my struggle?" I need you to understand something profound. Heaven has been watching you the entire time. The wealth coming to you in 2026 goes deeper than money. It's spiritual authorization, divine provision, restored honor, kingdom resources released into your hands for a purpose greater than yourself. God specifically said, "I am not releasing this to the masses. I am entrusting this to my chosen." Why you? Because you passed tests in the dark that others failed in the light. You chose integrity when compromise would have been easier. You honored God when those who didn't seem to prosper more than you. The year 2026 marks a divine settlement in your story. Every tear you've cried alone, every prayer that seemed lost, every sacrifice that appeared wasted, all of it was building your capacity for what's coming. There's a reason you've felt different your whole life. There's a reason you've never quite belonged. There's a reason opportunities that worked for others bypassed you. You weren't being punished, you were being preserved for this appointed time. Your spirit already knows this is true. That warmth spreading through your chest right now, that's your spirit recognizing what heaven has already declared over you. 2026 is not just another year in your life. It's the year heaven settles your account. It's not a year of survival, it's a year of supernatural settlement. You've endured seasons that stripped you bare, tested your faith beyond its limits, isolated you when you needed community most, made you question your worth, your calling, your very existence. People have misunderstood your silence, criticized your patience, and mocked your faith. You've experienced betrayal from those you trusted most, warfare that seemed targeted specifically at your breaking point, delays that felt so personal they shook your faith to its core. But hear this truth: nothing you suffered was wasted. Nothing you endured was random. Nothing that attacked you succeeded in its ultimate goal. As I was praying for the chosen ones, the Spirit suddenly stopped me and said, "Tell them, I've collected every hidden tear. I've recorded every moment when they could have walked away but chose faith instead. Tell them their enemy fights so desperately because he sees what I'm about to release." Chosen one. Before we go deeper, pause for a moment. If this message is already speaking to your spirit, don't just watch silently. Subscribe now so you don't miss the confirmations God sends your way. You know how the enemy tries to distract you right when you need a word the most. There's a spiritual ledger in the heavens with your name on it. Every time you chose righteousness while others compromised, it was recorded. Every time you gave from your lack, it was noted. Every time you praised through pain, it was written down. The attacks intensified recently because your enemy knows what 2026 carries for you. This is why people who once supported you suddenly turned cold. This is why doors that seemed certain unexpectedly closed. This is why familiar relationships grew distant without explanation. This is why financial breakthrough kept delaying despite your faithfulness. Your enemy wasn't fighting who you were. He was fighting who you're becoming and what God is about to entrust to your hands. The stripping wasn't to destroy you, it was to reveal what cannot be shaken within you. The isolation wasn't abandonment, it was protection from those who would have contaminated your blessing. What looked like rejection was actually divine selection. Listen carefully to what I'm about to reveal. This may be the most important spiritual truth you'll hear about your coming wealth season. There exists a heavenly ledger with your name inscribed at the top. Not a metaphorical book, a literal divine accounting of your life. Every sacrifice you made when no one was looking, every time you chose righteousness when compromise would have been easier, every tear you shed while serving others despite your own pain. God has been recording everything. That moment you gave your last dollar in the offering when your own bills weren't paid, recorded. That time you prayed blessings over someone who betrayed you, noted. Those nights you worshipped through tears when your own heart was breaking, written down. The times you stood for truth when lies would have advanced you faster, documented. God showed me that for the chosen ones, 2026 marks a divine declaration. The account is due. This is why your attacks intensified recently. This is why opposition came from unexpected places. This is why people who once celebrated you suddenly turned against you. The enemy received intel about what heaven planned to release into your hands in 2026, and he launched his most desperate assault to block it. But hear me clearly, his attempts failed. What was meant to destroy you only qualified you for greater trust. What was designed to break you only proved your faithfulness under pressure. The wealth transfer coming to you isn't a reward for good behavior, it's a divine settlement, heaven's justice system working on your behalf. God is balancing the books. For every seed you planted that seemed to disappear, for every good deed that went unrecognized, for every faithful step that led to another closed door, God declares, I have seen it all, and now I will settle the account. This is not prosperity gospel. This is divine justice. This is heaven's economy working according to eternal principles that the world doesn't understand. Type, "My divine account is due," if you receive this prophetic word. Let heaven know you're positioning yourself to receive what God has already approved for your life. Now, I must warn you about something critical. As your wealth approaches, the nature of your spiritual warfare will shift dramatically. The battle won't be against obvious enemies, but against hidden ones wearing friendly faces. Don't skip what I'm about to tell you. This will save your blessing from contamination. When heaven releases unusual favor and supernatural provision, people will suddenly appear in your life. Some carrying genuine assignment, others carrying hidden agendas. Discernment will become your most valuable spiritual gift. God revealed to me that there are eyes watching you right now, not to help you rise, but to study how to replicate your blessing without paying your price. There are voices that will suddenly become louder in your life, not to support you, but to position themselves for access to what God is giving you. The Lord specifically warns the chosen ones for 2026. Do not rush. Do not explain yourself. Do not expose your plans. Your silence will become your protection. Your privacy will guard your provision. Your discernment will preserve your peace. Not everyone celebrating your elevation is genuinely happy for you. Not every opportunity coming is divine. Not every open door is from God. The enemy couldn't stop your blessing, so now he'll try to corrupt it through wrong associations and premature exposure. Learn to distinguish between divine connections and strategic attachments. Divine connections strengthen you. Strategic attachments drain you. Divine connections celebrate your growth even when it outpaces theirs. Strategic attachments grow uncomfortable when you expand beyond their expectations. If this confirmation is stirring your spirit, subscribe now. This channel is where God will continue speaking to you about your wealth transfer. Don't miss the next prophetic download. It might contain the very key you need for your next breakthrough. As your wealth manifests, you'll face a new kind of isolation. People who are comfortable with your struggle will become uncomfortable with your abundance. People who prayed with you through your lack may not celebrate with you through your overflow. This doesn't make them evil. It makes them human. Not everyone assigned to your desert season is invited to your promised land. The most dangerous moment in your elevation isn't the warfare before the blessing, it's the relationships that form after it arrives. Guard your heart, filter your circle, protect your peace. Your wealth carries a kingdom assignment that requires spiritual maturity and relational wisdom. What God is bringing isn't just for your comfort, it's for your commission. Now I must reveal to you one of the most powerful spiritual weapons for your 2026 wealth transfer: strategic silence. In a world that demands constant explanation, your silence will become your shield. In a culture that pressures you to share every blessing, your privacy will become your protection. The coming season requires a new level of spiritual discipline, the discipline of guarded vision. When God begins to elevate you financially, human nature will compel people to ask questions. How did this happen so quickly? What's your secret? Can you show me exactly what you did? These questions aren't always rooted in genuine desire for your wisdom. Often, they're attempts to replicate your blessing without paying your price. Your silence isn't deception, it's divine wisdom. Jesus himself seldom explained his miracles. He performed them, then often told the recipients, "Tell no one." He understood that premature exposure threatens divine purpose. As heaven begins releasing unusual wealth into your hands, you'll feel pressure to share your strategy, explain your connections, and justify your elevation. Resist this pressure. What God is doing in your life isn't meant for public consumption before its time. There's a difference between divine timing and human impatience. Human impatience demands immediate results and constant updates. Divine timing works in sacred seasons that unfold according to heaven's calendar, not Earth's clock. Some relationships in your life right now must end for your blessing to fully manifest. This isn't because these people are evil, it's because they're assigned to your previous season, not your coming one. Their capacity to understand your elevation is limited by their experience with your struggle. Don't feel obligated to maintain connections that drain your spiritual energy. Don't feel responsible for bringing everyone with you to your next level. Some separations aren't rejection, they're divine protection of your assignment. Listen. I know you're watching quietly, just taking everything in. But chosen ones like you don't come across these messages by accident. If this is touching your soul, hit that subscribe button. Don't keep walking through spiritual warfare alone. when a whole family of chosen ones is right here with you. Your next level of understanding is waiting in the next message God has prepared specifically for you. The time has come to establish your spiritual positioning through divine declaration. What your mouth speaks today, your hands will hold tomorrow. I'm going to lead you through powerful wealth affirmations that align your spirit with heaven's economy. These aren't empty words, they're spiritual decrees that create pathways for supernatural provision. Speak them with authority, knowing that heaven backs every word. I affirm that wealth recognizes me in 2026. I affirm that divine provision locates me effortlessly. I affirm that resources are being released into my hands without sorrow. I affirm that what others struggled years to obtain, God accelerates for me. I affirm that my hands are blessed, my mind is aligned, and my spirit is ready. Close your eyes for a moment. See yourself opening an unexpected message, a notification of financial increase that seems impossible by natural means. Feel the peace washing over you as you realize God's faithfulness. Imagine the moment you understand that the struggle wasn't punishment, it was preparation for this very moment. Now, open your eyes and receive this revelation. This wealth is not coming to you because you're lucky. It's coming because you're trusted. God does not entrust kingdom resources to casual believers or careless stewards. He gives them to those refined by fire, tested by pressure, and proven by time. Wealth in the kingdom isn't about accumulation, it's about administration. What's coming to your hands isn't just for your comfort, it's for your commission. It will fund dreams larger than yourself. It will create opportunities for others. It will advance kingdom purposes that heaven has already ordained. There's a difference between being blessed and being trusted. Many pray for blessing, but few qualify for trust. Blessing meets your needs. Trust fulfills your assignment. Blessing improves your life. Trust transforms others through you. The wealth coming to you in 2026 isn't just financial increase, it's spiritual authorization to represent heaven's economy on earth. It's divine permission to demonstrate what stewardship looks like in a culture of consumption. This is why you experienced such intense testing in your finances. This is why money seemed to slip through your fingers when others seemed to accumulate it easily. You weren't being punished, you were being prepared to handle wealth differently than those around you. What's coming to you won't destroy you, it will reveal who you truly are. It won't corrupt your character, it will confirm your preparation. It won't distance you from God, it will deepen your dependence on Him. Now I must reveal to you a deeper truth about your journey, why the warfare against you has been so intense, why opposition seemed to target your breaking points, why attacks came precisely when you were most vulnerable. But hear this, if you don't shift from victim mentality to victor mentality, this blessing will pass you by. You were not attacked because you were weak. You were attacked because you are dangerous in the spirit. Your prayers shift atmospheres. Your faith challenges darkness. Your very presence disrupts demonic assignments. The enemy doesn't waste resources fighting powerless people. He strategically targets those who pose the greatest threat to his kingdom. When you wondered why you faced such relentless opposition, the answer was simple. Your enemy saw what God deposited in you long before you recognized it in yourself. You were isolated not because you were rejected, but because you were being separated for special assignment. What felt like abandonment was actually divine protection. God removed you from environments and relationships that would have contaminated your calling. The financial struggles? They weren't punishment. They were preparation for managing kingdom wealth. The relationship disappointments? They weren't random. They were revealing who could be trusted with your next season. Every fire that tried to destroy you was actually refining you. Every pressure that tried to crush you was actually forming you. Every delay that tried to discourage you was actually developing you. Stop right here. If you haven't subscribed yet, ask yourself why. Every time you search for clarity, every time you feel overwhelmed, God guides you to messages like this. Don't reject what heaven is trying to give you. Subscribe so you stay connected to the voice that lifts you when no one else does. From this moment forward, I want you to completely reframe how you view your past struggles. They weren't happening to you, they were happening for you. They weren't punishing you, they were qualifying you. Your warfare is shifting. Instead of fighting to survive, you'll now fight to maintain boundaries. Instead of battling lack, you'll battle distraction. Instead of struggling for provision, you'll struggle with proper stewardship. This is the upgrade in your spiritual warfare that confirms your promotion is at hand. This next part might hurt, but don't turn away. Your healing is in this truth. Let me address the deepest wounds you carry. Betrayal by those you trusted most. People you prayed with. People you helped when no one helped them. People who sat at your table while plotting against you. People who smiled to your face while speaking against you behind your back. These betrayals cut deeper than any external attack because they came from within your circle of trust. They left you questioning your discernment, doubting your judgment, wondering how you missed the signs. But hear this divine revelation. I allowed the betrayal to expose them before I elevated you. God says, if they had remained close to you during your elevation, they would have sabotaged what I was building in and through you. Their limited vision would have contaminated your expanded assignment. Their insecurity would have created interference with your clarity. The betrayal you experienced wasn't a failure of your discernment, it was a protection of your destiny. It wasn't punishment, it was preservation. Stop seeking closure from people who chose disloyalty. Stop waiting for apologies from those who deliberately wounded you. Stop expecting explanations from people who acted out of jealousy, insecurity, or ambition. Your healing doesn't depend on their acknowledgement. Your progress doesn't require their understanding. Your future isn't tied to their approval. Their role in your story was temporary. Their assignment in your life is complete. Their chapter in your journey has ended. God allowed these painful separations because what He's about to entrust to you requires a purified inner circle. The wealth, influence, and authority coming to you in 2026 is too important to be compromised by divided loyalty or hidden agendas. Notice the pattern. Before every major biblical figure received significant blessing, they experienced significant betrayal. Joseph was betrayed by his brothers before ruling Egypt. David was betrayed by Saul before taking the throne. Jesus was betrayed by Judas before his glorification. This pattern isn't coincidence, it's divine design. Betrayal tests your heart's response to injustice. It reveals whether you'll become bitter or better. It exposes whether you'll seek vengeance or trust God's vindication. Your response to betrayal qualifies you for elevation. Your choice to forgive rather than retaliate demonstrates your readiness for greater authority. Your decision to bless rather than curse proves your maturity for expanded influence. The Judas in your life didn't destroy you, they fulfilled Scripture. They didn't stop your blessing, they stepped aside for it. Now I must reveal the divine mystery behind the doors that suddenly closed in your life. Those relationships that ended without explanation. Those opportunities that vanished overnight. Those connections that dissolved when you needed them most. You've questioned God about these closures. You've wondered if you made mistakes. You've replayed scenarios in your mind, trying to understand where things went wrong. But I'm here to tell you, those closed doors weren't failure. They were divine redirection. Those ended relationships weren't punishment. They were heavenly protection. See what's happening in your spirit right now. Remember that job you didn't get that seemed perfect? God closed that door because the culture would have drained your purpose. That relationship that ended abruptly? God separated you because they couldn't handle the wealth coming to your future. Those friends who suddenly became distant. Their assignment in your life was seasonal, not permanent. Their purpose was to help you develop resilience, not to accompany you into elevation. God closes doors not to limit you, but to direct you, not to hurt you, but to heal you, not to block your progress, but to protect your purpose. What appears as rejection often serves as divine selection. What feels like abandonment functions as heavenly alignment. What seems like loss operates as spiritual gain. Your closed doors created necessary endings that made room for divine beginnings. Your painful goodbyes cleared space for destined hellos. Your seasons of isolation prepared you for authentic connection. God wasn't punishing you through these closures. He was protecting your future wealth, guarding your coming peace, and preserving your divine purpose from contamination. Type protected by rejection if you now understand why certain doors closed in your life. Let heaven know you've received this revelation and are no longer fighting the divine boundaries God established for your protection. The mystery of closed doors isn't about your worthiness, it's about your assignment. It's not about your past mistakes, it's about your future mission. It's not about who left you, it's about who's waiting to connect with the authentic you. I need to share with you the undeniable signs that divine elevation has already begun in your life. Most people miss these confirmations because they're looking for dramatic moments rather than subtle shifts. But elevation often whispers before it shouts. Here are the confirmation signs that heaven's favor is already positioning you for your 2026 wealth transfer. You're entering rooms you only prayed about privately. Conversations about you are happening in places you've never been. You're being considered for opportunities you didn't apply for. You're experiencing favor that makes no logical sense. This isn't coincidence. It isn't luck. It isn't random. It's divine elevation in motion. People in positions of influence suddenly remember your name. Ideas you share receive unusual attention. Doors that remained closed to others somehow open for you. Resources find you without straining. When this happens, people will say you changed, but the truth is, you outgrew them. They'll claim you forgot where you came from, but really, you remembered where you're going. They'll suggest your blessing made you different, but actually, your elevation simply revealed who you always were. Prepare your heart now for misunderstanding. Some will interpret your confidence as pride. Some will view your boundaries as rejection. Some will see your focus as selfishness. This misinterpretation isn't about you, it's about their limited perception. Their inability to see your growth accurately reveals their position in your future. Not everyone has the spiritual capacity to celebrate the new version of you. Your elevation requires emotional maturity. As favor increases, criticism increases alongside it. As provision expands, pressure intensifies with it. As influence grows, isolation often accompanies it. This paradox separates the prepared from the unprepared. Those seeking only blessing without responsibility will collapse under the weight of elevation. Those pursuing only prosperity without purpose will be corrupted by their increase. Stop right here. If you haven't subscribed yet, ask yourself why. Every time you search for clarity, every time you feel overwhelmed, God guides you to messages like this. Don't reject what heaven is trying to give you. Subscribe so you stay connected to the voice that lifts you when no one else does. The next video might contain the very key that unlocks the door you've been praying about. Your divine appointment with understanding continues with each message. Listen to this with your spirit, not just your ears. If you are exhausted right now, if your strength feels depleted, if your faith feels stretched beyond its limits, this message is especially for you. Rest is coming. If your mind is clouded with confusion, if decisions feel impossible to make, if direction seems hidden from you, hold on. Clarity is coming. If you feel behind in life, if others seem to advance while you remain stuck, if your progress appears painfully slow, take heart. Acceleration is coming. God says, you are not late. You are right on time. The pressure you feel right now isn't failure, it's transition. The heaviness weighing on your spirit isn't punishment, it's preparation. The resistance pushing against you isn't opposition, it's strengthening. Close your eyes for a moment. See yourself stepping into a season where provision works on your behalf while you rest, where opportunities find you without your striving, where blessings locate you without your searching. God is shifting you from labor to favor, from striving to receiving, from pushing doors open to walking through doors already opened for you. This doesn't mean you won't work. It means your work will be empowered rather than depleted. It doesn't mean challenges will disappear. It means grace will make them manageable. The weariness you feel comes from fighting battles in your own strength. The exhaustion you experience stems from carrying burdens you were never meant to bear alone. The fatigue weighing on you results from running at a pace set by others rather than by God. 2026 brings a divine rhythm change. No more racing to catch up. No more straining to measure up. No more struggling to keep up. You've been asking, God, how much longer? He responds, not much longer. I've seen your faithfulness. I've counted your tears. I've measured your sacrifice. The season of supernatural rest has been approved for your life. Your waiting hasn't been wasted. Your patience hasn't been pointless. Your endurance hasn't been empty. The rest coming to you is your reward. Now I must reveal the profound shift happening in your financial reality. 2026 isn't just bringing you money, it's bringing you an entirely new relationship with money. God is repositioning you from survival to stewardship, from lack to legacy, from consumer to creator. Receive these divine declarations over your financial future. I will not struggle the way I used to. I will not beg the way I used to. I will not explain myself the way I used to. I will not fear lack the way I used to. I will not doubt provision the way I used to. These aren't mere affirmations. They're prophetic declarations aligning your spirit with heaven's financial plans for you. The shift has already been approved in the courts above. Now it manifests in your reality below. The wealth coming to you won't just change your present. It will transform generations after you. It won't just pay your bills. It will fund kingdom purposes. It won't just meet your needs. It will fulfill divine assignments. When this wealth finds you, mockers will fall silent. Those who doubted your calling will have no response. Those who questioned your faith will see tangible evidence of divine favor. Your testimony will bring peace to others still walking through their desert. Your breakthrough will restore hope to those feeling forgotten by God. Your elevation will confirm divine timing to those growing weary in their waiting. This wealth carries deeper purpose than comfort. It establishes covenant, confirms calling, and creates kingdom impact. It proves God's faithfulness not just to you but through you. The struggle you've endured with finances wasn't punishment, it was preparation for prosperity with purpose. The lack you've experienced wasn't abandonment, it was alignment for abundance with assignment. Your financial breakthrough in 2026 isn't just a personal blessing, it's a prophetic statement to a watching world. It demonstrates God's faithfulness to those who remain steadfast. It showcases divine provision for those who prioritize purpose over profit. It reveals supernatural supply for those who seek first the kingdom. Your wealth will be different because your heart is different. Your increase will be different because your intentions are different. Your prosperity will be different because your priorities are different. This is what separates true chosen ones from mere financial seekers. Now I must unveil the most profound revelation about your coming wealth. It isn't just coming to you, it's coming through you. This wealth carries responsibility. It's not for consumption but for commission. God isn't just blessing you, He's authorizing you as a distribution center for kingdom resources. Most pray for wealth to change their lives, but the chosen ones are entrusted with wealth to change others' lives. This is the divine difference that separates those who receive blessing from those who carry assignment. The true purpose behind your 2026 wealth transfer will only be revealed after your obedience begins. Some divine instructions can't be understood until they're obeyed. Some heavenly purposes can't be grasped until they're pursued. God is about to position you as a solution to problems you don't yet know exist. He's preparing to use your resources to answer prayers you haven't yet heard. He's equipping you to fund visions you haven't yet seen. This is why your testing was so intense. Managing money for personal comfort requires little character. Managing wealth for kingdom purposes demands refined integrity, developed wisdom, and tested faithfulness. Your wealth assignment includes areas nobody has taught you about: breaking generational poverty cycles, creating ethical wealth systems, demonstrating kingdom economics in corrupt marketplaces, funding gospel advancement in closed regions. God hasn't just been preparing you to receive wealth, He's been preparing wealth to receive you. Resources have been held in divine reserve, waiting for a steward trustworthy enough to manage them with kingdom perspective. Many can handle blessing, few can handle assignment. Many want God's hand, few want God's heart. Many seek prosperity, few seek purpose. You aren't just receiving a financial upgrade, you're receiving a stewardship commission with eternal implications. Money flowing through your hands will create ripples that continue long after your lifetime ends. Type "I am a wealth channel" if you're ready for resources to flow through you rather than merely to you. Let heaven know you understand the divine responsibility that comes with supernatural provision. What I'm about to tell you is the key that unlocks everything else about your coming wealth season. Without this alignment, provision may come but won't remain. Without this positioning, blessing may visit but won't stay. Before your 2026 wealth manifestation, 3 critical spiritual alignments must be established in your life. First, you must stay humble despite your elevation. This isn't false modesty or religious performance. It's genuine recognition that every good gift comes from above. Pride doesn't just come before a fall, it comes before wealth contamination. The moment you begin believing you created your wealth is the moment your wealth begins creating problems for you. The instant you start taking credit for divine provision is the instant that provision begins causing division. Humility isn't weakness, it's the strength to acknowledge the true source of your blessing. Second, you must stay discerning about opportunities and relationships. Not every open door leads to your divine destination. Not every exciting offer aligns with your kingdom assignment. Not every attractive opportunity comes from heaven's hand. As wealth approaches, options multiply. As provision increases, so do distractions. As influence expands, so do invitations. Your discernment must grow sharper as your resources grow larger. What you say no to becomes as important as what you say yes to. Third, you must maintain integrity when no one is watching. Private faithfulness precedes public fruitfulness. Secret obedience secures visible blessing. Hidden righteousness establishes revealed favor. God tests your character in private before He entrusts you with resources in public. He watches your decisions in darkness before He showcases your impact in light. Before you go, chosen one, don't forget, the fact that you made it to the end of this message means something. Your spirit needed this. Don't walk away without subscribing. It costs nothing, but it means everything for the journey God is taking you on. Join the family. Your breakthrough might be in the next video. The alignment of humility, discernment, and integrity creates the perfect spiritual environment for sustained supernatural wealth. Without these, money becomes a burden rather than a blessing. With these, wealth becomes a tool rather than a trap. God doesn't bless misalignment. He rewards alignment with His purposes and principles. Now I must release the final prophetic declarations for your 2026 wealth season. What I'm about to share isn't just encouragement, it's heaven's timeline for your financial breakthrough and spiritual elevation. Your wealth manifestation follows divine order, not human expectation. Its timing operates according to heaven's calendar, not Earth's clock. Its fulfillment flows through spiritual readiness, not mental preparation. Between now and the full manifestation of your 2026 wealth transfer, you'll experience 3 distinct prophetic phases. First, the preparation phase. Unexpected people will exit your life. Surprising opportunities will present themselves. Unusual ideas will download into your spirit. Pay attention, these aren't random occurrences, but divine positioning. Second, the proving phase. Your character will be tested one final time. Your faith will face one last challenge. Your commitment will encounter one more obstacle. These aren't blocks to your blessing, they're qualifiers for your commissioning. Third, the provision phase. Resources will locate you without straining. Doors will open without pushing. Favor will find you without explaining. This supernatural ease isn't coincidence, it's confirmation. When your wealth fully manifests, your testimony will become a beacon for others still walking through their desert. Your breakthrough will restore faith to those growing weary in their waiting. Your elevation will confirm God's faithfulness to those questioning His timing. Close your eyes and see yourself 2 years from now, looking back at this moment. Notice how every tear, every prayer, every act of obedience connected perfectly to create your path to provision. See how what confused you actually directed you. See how what delayed you actually developed you. From that future vantage point, you'll understand with perfect clarity, it was only God, not your connections, not your credentials, not your cleverness, only His faithfulness, only His favor, only His perfect timing. This is your final breakthrough, accepting that you've been chosen not because you're perfect, but because you're purposed, not because you're flawless, but because you're faithful, not because you deserve it, but because God decided it. That's why you stopped scrolling at the beginning of this message. This wealth was already written in your spiritual DNA. Heaven was already preparing your provision long before your need arose. Your blessing was already in motion before your battle began. Before you go, chosen one, don't forget, the fact that you made it to the end of this message means something. Your spirit needed this. Don't walk away without subscribing. It costs nothing, but it means everything for the journey God is taking you on. Join the family. Your breakthrough might be in the next video. The next prophetic word could be the very key that unlocks everything you've been praying for. Don't miss what heaven wants to speak to you next. Watch the next prophetic video now. Your wealth activation instructions are waiting.